Welcome back. You're still watching In the Game. We just wrapped up conversations away from football, and now it's time to talk everything football. Joining us in the conversation right now via Zoom, it's going to be Connect. Now, of course, both gentlemen are based in Oyo State. So we've got Victor Opone join the conversation right now via Zoom. Victor, you're welcome. You're welcome. We don't have any jingles here, of course, but we can only say you're welcome to the conversation.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an exciting, run of events in the sports world, especially football. And yeah, I was very happy yesterday seeing what we saw at the NPFL, where we actually get the victory. A super sub coming to the rescue. Okay?
Yes, of course, the NPFL gets our attention right now. Shooting stars, Victor, and then Bendel Insurance's 9-game unbeaten streak. 1-0 victory it was at El-Kanemi Stadium, and it was a day for celebration there because it's always nice when you dent people's record. It makes you happy. Qamar Adegoke's his 71st minute strike was able to do that damage. Former champions, we had Enyimba. They also suffered a 2-0 loss to Niger Tornadoes in Minna, with goals from Abdurrashid Sherwood Dubai and Rixin Mendoz. In other NPFL action, Nasarawa United staged a stunning comeback to defeat Abia Warriors 2-1 in Umuahia, handing the host their first home loss of the season and moving into the second place on 38 points. Enugu Rangers continued a strong run, beating Warri Wolves 4-2 in a 6-goal thriller, with braces coming from Godwin Obaje and Chimobi Willow. El-Kanemi Warriors edged Ikorodu City 1-0, while Victories they defeated Kano Pillars 2-0. Remo Stars, the defending champion, they remained 16th ahead of a crucial clash against Kun Khalifa. The result you see on your screen right now. Gentlemen, let's talk about the NPFL. Victor, you did talk about super subs coming up to make a change, to be a change maker in the games you did see in the weekend. So tell us, what game excited you the most?
Oh, of course, definitely. It has to be that one at the El-Kanemi Stadium in Ibadan, where PSC got the victory over Bendel Insurance. For what it's worth, the last home game between these two at the El-Kanemi Stadium, it was a super sub also. That was called Debo, who scored the solitary goal for the club back then. And yes, it was quite interesting to see that Qamar Adegoke, who had been winning the hearts of many of the fans, since the second half of the season began, continued in that same form. Before he got to school, actually, he had 4 attempts on goal. Was goalkeeper blocking, the defenders saving, and all of that. And then the one he was able to score, he topped it from the back post. Nobody was there to stop him at that moment. So it was solid to see the atmosphere, to see Bendel Insurance coming through with that solidity. Kudos to him. But Qamar Adegoke, like you can see here, he scored and then he pulled that Papilo in 96 jubilation, and everybody was happy about everything that went on the pitch. So good one right there for 3SC.
Okay.
But I think what is all right.
All right, I was trying to bring in the top 6 right now for us to just rejig this conversation. Now, in the top 6, what we can see in the top 6 is seeing that those who have maintained the top 6 since the beginning of this season are staying put there. Talking about Rivers, Nasarawa United, Abia Warriors, Enugu Rangers, Ikorodu City, and Shooting Stars, who dented the record of Bendel Insurance yesterday. But Nasarawa United staged a dramatic comeback against Abia Warriors to move second on the log. Oluwaferami, what do you think is that whatever the coach is using to rejig the system, giving them that, the top place there in the NPFL standings?
Yes, I don't know what you mean by what the coach is doing, but I thought that's the job of the coach actually, to make sure that the club gets to the top of the sport. I think at the start of the season, Nasarawa they've been showing a lot of momentum. Yeah. Last season was very, very poor for them. They almost got relegated, and I think this season came with a bit of a fresh air for them, and they've been putting a lot of weight. Although there were some kind of slackness here and there, but I think that comeback is a big statement. I love that. I love when you see clubs when they're a bit of a strong competition. It shows that the league is not a pushover. It's not a pushover. I want to see the same Nasarawa United some was it some 5 years ago when they had like Silas Wampo and that Nasarawa United that got to the final of the NPFL Cup against Bayelsa United. I think that kind of Nasarawa United is what I'm anticipating right now this season, and I think they might give us that kind of energy.
Yeah, we're already seeing glimpses that they might really give us that kind of energy. Let's see the bottom 6 at the moment for the NPFL. Now, it's looking like teams we never expected are in the bottom 6. Remo Stars, Qamar United, Plateau United, Barao FC, Kano Pillars, and Kun Khalifa. Victor, there is a bit of concern here because you can see that Enyimba lost 2-0 to Niger Tornadoes, an unexpected loss for a former champion. How concerning is this result for their little ambition this time around to rejig the system with what the poor performance they got in the last season?
Well, you look at how things have been really, and it's been really poor. If you look at the bottom 6, actually, you would say there are some big boys in there who shouldn't be anywhere near this ranking. Remo Stars, Qamar United, what are they doing there? Plus, United slowly on the resurgence. So I would say that because the Oracle is right there with them, and ever since he got there, you can see the upcoming results for them. Kano Pillars, yes, disciplined, and they're trying to call their way back up, but it's still not exactly the same. They've had issues, and I think they're trying to get better.
Okay.
But I think when you talk about those learning curves, it's a steep one for so many of them, especially with the change, of guard. Maybe Remo Stars would get something done today against bottom place Kun Khalifa, who I think were not prepared for this season. The season is a marathon.
Yeah.
And if you're coming up that way and then you're making some changes, you have not planned for how you want to see out the season, you have not done your plan B's and all that, and there will be more problems along the way. And, given the heavy upheaval, that you're seeing in the playing personnel, even the management group, you would ask questions. And I think if you're going to survive in a climb like the NPFL, you need to do better, a lot more better. But then talking about Remo Stars, I think they're trying to pull strings. They have made some mistakes. I think they got like a bicycle after winning the title. And it's not far-fetched when you look at how last season was a combination of...
Do you think the AFCON affected Remo Stars won this season, judging by the fact that they had their coach on national duties?
No, I don't think that was the case. Before the AFCON, they had issues. Even before the CHAN, they had issues. If you followed them closely. I've seen that in Kenya before they started the construction works, the renovation works. And we saw some of the acquisitions that they made. We saw some of the things that happened. I think one of the things that they didn't take care of really well was mentality. We have done the league. We have done the league title. We have done so many years working hard for it. How do we go from here? To achieve success is one thing. Maintaining it, keeping your standards up all through is another thing. And sometimes you think you have it on the low down, but then it's not working as you thought it would be. And that lies the problem. And I think maybe they are starting to find their way back to the drawing board, the proverbial drawing board, and they're saying, we are going to adjust things at this point in time. But I think one of those things that they have to address is starting from today, playing away from home again this season.
All right, let's hope that they can dot the I's, cross the T's going forward. But for a defending champion to be in the bottom 6, there's a reason to worry. But the NPFL has always told us that champions, we can have back-to-back champions. Every season comes with new champions. We crown new champions every season. Let's show you the results from the games played in the weekend. On Sunday, we've got El-Kanemi up against Ikorodu City, 1-0. That game ended for Barao, 1-1 against Bayelsa United. Abia Warriors went with a home loss there to Nasarawa United. Enugu Rangers 4-2 there against Warri Wolves. Niger Tornadoes, they dented Enyimba once again. Shooting Stars also dented the unbeaten run of Bendel Insurance. Victories 2-0 against Kano Pillars.